Alright, so like I said earlier, I need to work on the casters next. I was going to work on the tail next, but then Jenny and I talked about it, and we went with the casters instead. I could have welded the casters directly onto the legs, but I didn't want to do that because I like modular aspects of things and being able to replace parts. So what I've done is I've taken, go ahead and put this here. I've taken a 1-inch piece of tubing, steel tubing, and I've welded a nut on the end. Retrospect's the way that I realized that there's a rubber washer inside these nuts, and the rubber washer's burned out the moment that I started welding. So I got the right nuts, had them all set, and burned the rubber out of them. Oh well. They're welded in place, they'll be fine. I'll be able to tighten these down using channel locks or big crescent wrench. But what I intend to do is take this, I can remove the tubing and nut off of it and hold it up to a marked angle on the leg, and without the wheel on there, that tubing should rest on the ground perfectly vertical, welded in place just as is right here. Literally take the welder, weld the tubing in place. I want to put the nut on there first because it does stick out beyond the tubing, and if I had done the nut after the fact, there's no way I could have gotten the caster to go up the tube and lock into the nut. So welding the nut in place means that the caster will be able to get in there. Those need to cool off because they expanded and I can't remove them right now. Too hot. Once they cool off, then they'll shrink back down and I'll be able to remove the casters from the posts and nuts. I did all 6. So these are all done, ready to go. Once they cool off, remove them from the posts, weld the posts on, and then screw the casters in, and we should have a rolling skeleton, theoretically, by either late tonight or tomorrow during the day. So we could do a drag test tomorrow, in theory. At the very worst, it'd be Thursday for the first drag test. I want to get that taken care of. Once the skeleton's rolling, then I'll worry about the tail and stuff. In addition to that, today I went out and I bought a small piece of Sintra. I say small because the shop that I bought it from is Midwest Plastics, and they wanted me to buy a decent amount, so I went ahead and bought a 4-foot by 4-foot piece of Sintra. Fabricator Jen's given me a whole bunch of tips on how to use it, so I'm going to dabble with it. It looks like it's going to be exactly what we need. It's got a little bit of bend to it, and from the videos he posted and other videos I've seen online, we can hand form it for the most part to what we want it to be, but the rest is going to be some heat and respirator that we have to do. So anyway, there we go. Hope you enjoy your day. Later.